Lobby groups for post-secondary institutions say universities had a 45% drop in international student enrollment this year. And at colleges, it was a 54% decline. That's above the 35% cut the federal government implemented earlier this year.
What this does come into a question of is how do Canadians want to fund the high-quality post-secondary system?
Universities and colleges have increasingly turned to international students to help with that funding. At Queen's University in Kingston, a Canadian student would pay just over $7,500 for a year's tuition. An international student pays nearly $57,000. The same situation at Fanshawe College in London, Ontario. International students pay 345% more compared to Canadian students.
It really does pose an almost existential financial risk for Canada's universities.
But post-secondary institutions have often ignored the financial risks for the communities they're in. A report from the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation notes that in most major urban centres, the increase in international students has contributed to higher rents and the lowest vacancy rates since 1988, and many post-secondary institutions have not helped with that situation. Like in Vancouver, where the University of British Columbia and Simon Fraser University had 23,600 international students enrolled in 2023, but both schools only have 16,500 student beds between them, an additional strain to Canada's most expensive housing market. But despite the housing concerns, the universities still want more international students with fewer rules about what they're allowed to do while here.
No more restrictions on their work permits, no more restrictions on graduate students, and don't make any more changes to the cap.
A more permanent international student cap could be announced as soon as November, Neithu, when the Liberals put forward immigration targets for the coming years, and the Prime Minister has already signaled broad-based immigration cuts are likely to be included.